Kate Middleton stuns in Princess Diana's favorite tiara.
But take a close look at her tiara.
Yeah?
That's one of Princess Diana's favorites.
The Duchess of Cambridge honors her late mother-in-law, donning one of Diana's favorite tiaras to a diplomatic reception at Buckingham Palace Tuesday night.
Royal tensions have reached a boiling point after Princess Kate was caught wearing one of Princess Diana's most treasured heirlooms, a piece believed to be strictly off-limits. When Queen Camilla saw the photographs, insiders say she was absolutely enraged, sparking a wave of whispers, accusations, and royal fury behind palace doors. So, was it a bold tribute to Diana, or a silent message aimed directly at Camilla? The history behind this priceless heirloom is filled with emotion, rivalry, and royal drama. But what really happened, and why is Camilla so furious? Let's unravel the full story. How one tiara silenced a royal room. At a grand dinner held in the magnificent halls of Buckingham Palace, an unexpected moment changed the atmosphere entirely, one that no one saw coming but everyone felt deeply. Princess Catherine made her entrance wearing something truly unforgettable: Princess Diana's famous lover's knot tiara. What was meant to be a flawless evening of royal elegance suddenly transformed into something far more powerful and personal, filled with unspoken emotions and silent messages. As Catherine stepped into the room, all eyes naturally followed her. The sparkling tiara caught the light, drawing attention not just for its beauty, but for the story it carried. One of love, loss, and a royal legacy that still lingers in the hearts of millions. For many, it was like seeing a living bridge between the past and the present, a connection to Diana that was both comforting and haunting. However, but amid the admiration and awe, a noticeable shift was underway behind the scenes. Queen Camilla, who had maintained her usual poised and gentle smile throughout the evening, suddenly showed a flicker of hesitation. Her carefully controlled expression softened for just a moment, revealing a mix of emotions that few could miss. The appearance of that particular tiara wasn't just a fashion choice. It was a powerful statement, a subtle reminder of a chapter in royal history still brimming with unresolved feelings. The lover's knot tiara, with its intricate loops and dangling pearls, had long been more than just a piece of jewelry. It was Princess Diana's signature, worn during some of her most memorable public moments. For many, the tiara symbolized Diana's grace under pressure, her quiet strength, and the deep affection the public held for her. When Catherine chose to wear it, she wasn't simply honoring a tradition. She was reviving a story, reminding everyone that Diana's presence still holds sway in the royal family's narrative. That evening at Buckingham Palace, the tiara seemed to speak louder than words ever could. It shouted history, whispered legacy, and quietly reclaimed Diana's unspoken place within the monarchy. To the guests and observers, it became clear that this was more than just an accessory. It was a symbol carrying emotional weight, one that merged the past with the present in a single, unforgettable moment. For Queen Camilla, the tiara's return was not easy to witness. It stirred emotions that had been carefully hidden from public view. Wearing the crown of consort, she was expected to shine brightly in her own right. But this quiet moment reminded everyone of a different story. A story marked by affection for a princess who once captivated the world. The tiara was a reminder that no matter titles or jewels, some legacies are impossible to replace. That night at Buckingham Palace, the lover's knot tiara didn't just sparkle. It echoed with memories, feelings, and a silent reclaiming of a royal charter that still resonates deeply. It turned a simple entrance into a scene filled with emotional tension and powerful symbolism, leaving a lasting impression on all who witnessed it. In that dazzling moment, Catherine wore more than a tiara. She wore history itself, quietly reviving a legacy the monarchy can never forget. But what does it truly mean to bear such a powerful symbol? Let's explore how Diana's spirit is reawakened through the tiara. The battle for the crown of hearts. The moment Princess Catherine donned Princess Diana's iconic lover's knot, tiara was more than just a royal gesture. It sparked a wave of emotion that rippled far beyond the palace walls. What initially appeared to be a simple choice of jewelry evolved into a powerful symbol, stirring feelings in the public, quietly unsettling Queen Camilla, and marking a significant turning point in the royal family's narrative. To the outside world, this tiara moment served as a poignant tribute to a beloved princess who captured hearts globally. Diana, affectionately known as the People's Princess, left behind a legacy steeped in kindness, grace, and a deep connection to the public. When Catherine wore this tiara, it felt as if Diana's spirit was momentarily present again. For many, it was a sign that Diana's memory remained vibrant, alive and thriving in the future queen. Catherine's calm demeanor and genuine warmth seemed to carry forward Diana's legacy, earning admiration from millions who continue to mourn the original Queen of Hearts. However, behind the scenes, the moment was far less calm. For Queen Camilla, the tiara became a painful reminder that public affection isn't solely awarded through titles or crowns. Although Camilla is the reigning queen, the emotional crown, that which symbolizes public love and a lasting legacy, rests on Catherine's head. This invisible yet potent crown was something Camilla struggled to claim, regardless of the official jewels or honors she possessed. This event revealed a deep, complex truth. Royal legacy isn't just transferred through formal titles or dazzling jewels. It is inherited through love, how the public perceives someone, and the emotional connections forged with people. It's about more than ceremonial duties. It's about genuine connection. Catherine's moment with the lover's knot tiara illustrated that legacy is as much about feelings and memories as it is about rank and tradition. Royal circles were abuzz with discussions of the traditions governing the passing of family heirlooms. However, the story behind this tiara extended beyond those rules. Rumors suggested that Queen Elizabeth herself made a significant decision regarding who should inherit the tiara, expressing a wish for it to go to someone who would carry Diana's spirit with grace, a choice that ultimately favored Catherine over Camilla. This gesture subtly redrew the lines of royal authority and affection. It reminded everyone that the monarchy is not merely about who wears the crown during official functions, but also about who holds the public's affection. In essence, the tiara moment reopened old wounds rooted in past rivalries, public scrutiny, and complex family dynamics. For Camilla, who endured years of scrutiny and animosity before becoming queen consort, the tiara symbolized what she found difficult to attain: the public's emotional embrace. It served as a subtle yet sharp reminder that love and loyalty within the royal family often hinge as much on feelings as on formal protocol. Meanwhile, Catherine's graceful wearing of the tiara conveyed a compelling message. Legacy is alive, evolving, and sometimes expressed in unexpected ways. She wasn't merely donning jewelry. She was stepping into a narrative that resonates with millions who hold Diana close in their hearts. This moment transcended a mere headline or royal fashion statement. It reflected how history, love, and emotion continue to influence the British monarchy. Ultimately, it demonstrated that the most powerful symbols are not always the grandest crowns, but rather the quiet gestures that resonate deeply with the public and evoke lasting memories. In that quiet, sparkling gesture, Catherine didn't just honor Diana. She reminded the world that the truest crowns are worn in hearts, not on heads. Now let's uncover the profound meaning this jewel carries. More than just royal jewelry. Royal tiaras are more than just beautiful pieces of jewelry. They embody deep meanings, rich traditions, and histories that stretch back centuries. The lover's knot tiara is particularly remarkable. known not only for its stunning diamonds and pearls, but for the emotional narrative it represents, one intertwined with love, loss, and legacy. This piece illustrates that the significance of royal tiaras extends far beyond their appearance. Every jewel in the royal family has a unique place shaped by historical events and personal stories. The lover's knot tiara became closely associated with Princess Diana after being gifted to her by Queen Elizabeth as a wedding present. Following Diana's tragic death, the tiara was hidden from public view, symbolizing the royal family's difficulty in confronting the painful memories it evoked. In recent years, Princess Catherine's decision to wear the tiara sparked intrigue and speculation. Many questioned how Catherine came to possess this heirloom, especially since Camilla, the queen consort, traditionally would have had the first choice among royal jewels. The choice to pass the lover's knot tiara to Catherine raised issues of family dynamics and emotional connections. Sources around the royal family suggested that the late Queen Elizabeth may have believed Catherine would be an ideal custodian of Diana's legacy, feeling a strong bond with her. This decision was not just about rank or royal protocol, it carried emotional weight. The tiara, filled with memories of a beloved princess, represents a deeper story that resonates with the public. Each time Catherine wears the lover's knot tiara, she does more than honor Diana. She becomes a connection to a legacy rich with love, heartbreak, and hope. For many globally, Catherine's appearances in the tiara serve as poignant reminders that Diana's spirit continues, carried with grace by Catherine. In contrast, Camilla faces a significantly different reality. Despite her status and the title of queen consort, she can never fully reclaim the emotional legacy tied to this particular tiara. Regardless of how many magnificent crowns she wears, none have the same connection to the public's heart as the lover's knot. Camilla's journey in the royal family has been a challenge marked by a quest for acceptance amid public scrutiny. Even after gaining the highest rank in the monarchy, she navigated obstacles that made her path difficult. The decision to allow Catherine to wear the tiara subtly highlighted a void that no title could fill. In the realm of royalty, appearances convey significant meaning. Sometimes the most impactful statements are not spoken but displayed. The jewels adorning a royal's head can communicate more than any speech could. In this context, the lover's knot tiara resonates powerfully. It signifies a continuing legacy not through words, but through elegance and shared history. The tiara represents a symbolic passing of the torch from one princess to another, illustrating that the monarchy embodies more than power or protocol. It encompasses stories, emotions, and connections spanning beyond palace walls. Ultimately, within the royal family, the weight of a crown is measured by the history it carries and the hearts it touches. For Catherine, sporting the lover's knot tiara means stepping into a meaningful role, honoring a legacy every time she wears it. For Camilla, the tiara serves as a reminder that certain legacies remain just out of reach, demonstrating that in royalty, the most profound truths are often felt rather than spoken. In the world of crowns and protocol, the lover's knot tiara proves that true power lies not in titles, but in the silent legacy that captures the public's heart. Yet this tiara is just one piece. Let's now unveil Princess Diana's exquisite jewelry collection. Jewels of a people's princess. Princess Diana was more than just a royal. She was a symbol of elegance, strength, and individuality. Her jewelry collection reflected her journey through love, heartbreak, tradition, and reinvention. Each piece she wore told a personal story, full of emotional depth and timeless beauty. Let's quickly talk about these treasures. The iconic sapphire engagement ring. In 1981, Prince Charles proposed to Diana with a 12-carat Ceylon sapphire engagement ring, surrounded by 14 diamonds and set in 18-carat white gold. Uniquely, Diana chose the ring herself from a Garrard catalog, an unusual move for a royal bride. Though some considered it too common for royalty, Diana adored it. Another standout was the historic emerald and diamond choker, originally gifted to Queen Mary in 1911 during the Delhi Durbar. Queen Mary transformed it into a choker and passed it down to Queen Elizabeth, who later gave it to Diana as a wedding gift. Diana made the piece her own, famously wearing it as both a necklace and a headband, showing her creative flair and modern take on royal tradition. The Atala Cross, a large Art Deco pendant crafted by Gerard in the 1920s, featured amethysts set in over 5 carats of diamonds. Diana wore it in 1987 with a bold gown, making a powerful fashion statement. It symbolized her confidence and individuality during a time when she was stepping out of the traditional royal mold. As a wedding gift from Crown Prince Fahd of Saudi Arabia, Diana received a lavish sapphire and diamond set, known as the Asprey Suite. It included a necklace, bracelet, earrings, watch, and ring, all designed to match her engagement ring. Diana eventually reworked several pieces, famously turning one into a velvet choker, again proving her ability to blend tradition with personal style. The Swan Lake Suite. In one of her final collaborations before her death, Diana worked with Gerard to design the Swan Lake Suite, which included a diamond and South Sea pearl necklace and earrings. She wore the necklace to a performance of Swan Lake in 1997. Tragically, she passed away before the earrings were completed. This elegant set came to symbolize her grace and forward-thinking spirit during the last chapter of her life. And finally, the aquamarine ring and tennis bracelet. After her divorce, Diana often wore a stunning aquamarine ring, gifted by her close friend Lucia Flecha de Lima. Set in gold and surrounded by diamonds, the emerald-cut stone symbolized her independence and a new beginning. She also wore a classic diamond tennis bracelet, sparkling with 20 carats of diamonds, reflecting her refined yet simple taste in her later years. From public appearances to private moments, Diana's jewelry wasn't just about glamour. It was about identity. Through each jewel, she told her story. Today, these treasures continue to echo her spirit, reminding the world why she will always be remembered as the people's princess. Each jewel Diana wore told a part of her story. Together, they shine as echoes of a princess whose spirit still captivates hearts. Now let's explore the rich history and origin of the iconic lover's knot tiara, the crown that carries memory. The story of the lover's knot tiara is one of beauty, power, and deep emotional meaning. It began more than a century ago, in 1914, when Queen Mary had the tiara specially made to reflect her refined taste and royal heritage. Inspired by a similar piece owned by her grandmother, the tiara featured a row of glittering diamonds and swinging pearls, designed to symbolize elegance and timeless charm. But as it passed from one royal woman to another, it became far more than just a crown. It became a silent witness to private heartbreaks and public grace. Years later, Queen Mary passed the tiara down to Queen Elizabeth, who carefully safeguarded it as part of the royal family's most treasured collection. But it wasn't until Queen Elizabeth gave it to Princess Diana as a wedding gift that the tiara truly came to life in the public eye. For Diana, it wasn't just an accessory. It became her emotional armor, something she wore with dignity even when her world was quietly falling apart. Although the tiara was physically heavy and uncomfortable, Diana never let it show. She wore it at state banquets, formal galas, and royal tours around the world. Each time she stepped out with it on, the press and public couldn't take their eyes off her. But behind the glitter was a deeper truth. This tiara carried the weight of Diana's silent battles. Her failing marriage, intense media scrutiny, and the pressures of royal life were all hidden behind the sparkle. Still, Diana held her head high, and the tiara seemed to whisper, "She is still standing." After Diana's tragic death in 1997, the tiara disappeared from public view. It was quietly tucked away, perhaps because no one else could wear it without reviving the pain of losing her. For years, it sat in the shadows of royal history, untouched, yet full of memories. Then, in 2015, something remarkable happened. The tiara returned, but not on the head of Queen Camilla, who many assumed would wear it as queen consort. Instead, it was Princess Catherine, the new Princess of Wales, who brought it back into the spotlight. The moment was breathtaking. In a single appearance, Catherine reignited memories of Diana. It was as if, through the shimmer of the pearls and diamonds, Diana had returned, not in body, but in spirit. The public response was immediate. Royal fans around the world were overcome with emotion. Photos of Diana and Catherine wearing the same tiara flooded social media. The tiara didn't just sparkle that night, it told a story. A story of two women, decades apart, united by grace, dignity, and quiet strength. It reminded people why they had loved Diana so deeply, and why Catherine had earned their admiration too. But as the tiara shone on Catherine's head, questions began to swirl. Why wasn't Camilla, the queen consort, the one to wear it? Was this decision a matter of royal protocol or something deeper? Had Queen Elizabeth chosen out of sentiment, wanting Diana's memory to live on through Catherine? Or was it a strategic move to subtly guide public opinion and secure Catherine's place as the future queen in people's hearts? Whatever the reason, one thing was clear. This tiara had become more than just a royal ornament. It had transformed into a powerful symbol, one that linked the past with the present and reminded the world that some legacies are too strong to fade. In the quiet language of jewels, the lover's knot tiara spoke volumes about love, loss, resilience, and the women who carry the weight of the crown with silent pride. The lover's knot tiara is more than jewelry. It symbolizes strength, legacy, and a bond spanning generations. With Catherine now wearing it, will her relationship with Camilla become smoother? Let's explore what lies ahead for these two royal women. The quiet battle for Diana's legacy. Behind palace walls, where tradition reigns and appearances must be perfectly maintained, an unspoken rivalry continues to simmer. One that isn't about titles or ceremonies, but about emotion, perception, and legacy. At the center of this quiet tension stand two very different women. Queen Camilla, the woman who fought for decades to be accepted as King Charles's rightful partner, and Princess Catherine, the woman who now holds the public's heart in the palm of her hand. This rivalry isn't fueled by outbursts or public drama. It's far more subtle and deeply personal, and nothing brought it into sharper focus than the unexpected return of the lover's knot tiara, once worn by Princess Diana, and now shining again on the head of Princess Catherine. It was more than a fashion choice. It was a moment that awakened old insecurities, revived painful memories, and reignited a quiet competition between two queens, one by title and one by sentiment. But to truly understand the weight of this tiara moment, we have to rewind the clock. Long before Catherine ever stepped out in Diana's most iconic tiara, Camilla had doubts. When Prince William first introduced Catherine Middleton to the royal family, Camilla reportedly wasn't impressed. Catherine came from a middle-class background, not aristocracy, and in Camilla's eyes, that meant she hadn't earned her place in the royal world. She was polished, polite, and well-liked, but not, in Camilla's view, royal enough. Camilla's skepticism might have been shaped by her own difficult experience joining the royal family. She had endured public hatred, years of being labeled the other woman, and constant scrutiny. She had to prove herself over time, slowly winning over those who once saw her as an outsider. So when Catherine entered the scene and was instantly embraced by both the media and the public, Camilla may have seen it as unfair. a shortcut to love and acceptance that she never got. And then there was Diana, the ever-present ghost in the royal story. Even after her death, Diana's shadow loomed large over everything. Her memory remained powerful, especially in the hearts of the people. Every comparison between Diana and Camilla tilted in Diana's favor. No matter how hard Camilla tried to carve out her own identity, she was constantly reminded that she would never be the people's princess. Now, with Catherine rising steadily in both grace and popularity, it seems history is repeating itself. Catherine doesn't just remind people of Diana. She carries forward her spirit. And when she wore the lover's knot tiara, it felt like a signal, intentional or not, that the public had chosen their queen, not by birthright, but by affection. Camilla may wear the official crown, attend the grand events, and sit beside the king, but Catherine, with her effortless elegance and genuine warmth, wears the emotional crown. She holds the love and admiration of the people in a way that can't be assigned or claimed. And that, more than jewels, titles, or protocol, is what truly matters in the eyes of the public. The lover's knot tiara, once a dazzling accessory, has now become a powerful symbol. It doesn't belong to the highest-ranking woman in the royal family. It belongs to the one who best carries the spirit it represents: love, strength, and compassion. In the quiet world of royal politics, that's the crown that truly rules. What do you think about Camilla's reaction to Kate wearing Diana's most treasured heirloom? We would love to hear your thoughts in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe.